What is energetic hygiene and how can we accomplish it? Hi everybody, my name is Chloe Hudson with World Peace Projects, and thank you so much for joining me. So many of you have been reaching out and asking me, how can you achieve energetic hygiene? How can you protect yourselves? How can you revitalize and recharge your energies? So let's talk about this. What is energetic hygiene? So energetic hygiene is a very basic concept, just like physical daily hygiene, where we need to brush our teeth, we need to shower, we need to clean up, we brush our hair. It's the same with our energy body. We need to clean and care for and manicure our energy body in order to ensure a healthy, vibrant energy. So there are so many ways in which we can achieve this, and it is a daily chore, just like brushing our teeth and washing our body and brushing our hair. And why is this important? Well, we need to know that we can replenish our energy, we can maintain a high frequency vibration so that we're not affected by all sorts of energetics or emotions or mental upsets that are constantly coming at us or that we may be producing within our life and our experiences. So how can we accomplish this? Well, I'm going to give you several ways, and of course, there is no limit to the different ways in which you can energetically cleanse yourself. And if you have some wonderful creative ways, please feel free to share them in the comments. And I would also like to invite you guys to like this video. It really helps me out. Thank you for sharing and subscribing. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, as many of you know, one of my favorite go-tos in regard to energetic hygiene is grounding and running my energy. I find this one so crucial, so critical. People have very different ways of grounding into their body. One way, as I've talked about before, which is really, really powerful and always enjoyable, is to do some earthing. Go put your bare feet and or your bare hands in on earth. It's super important. Earth immediately rebalances and recalibrates our dielectric magnetic field that every sentient being has. And so when we touch earth, we immediately re-equilibrate into our natural symbiosis with the planet. One may notice, if you're a mom, if you put your baby barefoot on earth, usually they're immediately happy. I know moms who have had colicky babies or nonstop crying. The only thing that stopped the baby's crying was bare feet on earth. It's very, very important. It's something that would be important to do once a day. And I know for some people this might be a little tedious because it's wintertime, it could be really cold, and or you live in a city, an environment where it's not easy and it might be kind of awkward to find a space where you can go barefoot. Find a way, guys. I mean, I even think about, the other day I was thinking about having like sod, like a square of sod in the room where you can just have your own little pallet and go stand on it. At the very least, you know, pick up your plant and touch it, right? Also, salt water, sea salt baths are fabulous for cleansing and clearing your energetics, okay? So when it comes to my visualization of grounding, the way I like to do it these days is I use gold and I use rose gold as the frequency vibration that I would like to maintain and or achieve. I do that through visualization because I know that my visualization shifts my frequency of my body as I command it so. And then I follow the natural cycle of the torus field, which is the way in which all dielectric magnetic energetics cycles naturally for all sentient beings. So the torus field is in the shape of an apple or a donut. The energy comes up and out the top, around, down and over, under and back up. I start with my heart. I focus in on my heart and I flood the energetics in the shape of the torus field, cleansing and clearing, thanking and sending gratitude from my heart for coming fully online and assisting me to release and purge any sediment or residue. Please feel free to indulge in your imagination. Your imagination is a very real tool that gives you the ability to manipulate, change, command ether. Everything is ether, while it is simultaneously and previously matter. Everything is ether. Not everything is matter, but everything is ether. So you tune in and manipulate and change and command ether through your imagination, okay? So we flood that energy through the heart, and then I expand my view out to encompass my entire body. And I create or start to notice my second torus field that runs my center line out my crown, down and around my aura, back under my feet and up my perineum. I give my body permission to become a sponge and absorb and saturate all of this beautiful frequency, adjusting any of my frequency. I send a beautiful tube of light grounding cord down into the core, the heart of Gaia, the version of Gaia that is the high vibration real template in her sovereignty. Imagine however this is for you. You know, for me, this is a version of Gaia where she is free. All of her children are conscious and connected to her with love. No pollution. Nature is beautiful and abundant. All of these things. I tap into her massive heart where she's also cycling her dielectric magnetic energetics in the shape of a torus field. And I allow that to wash over me like a waterfall, thanking her, receiving her energetics, asking for assistance. And then I acknowledge that her heart is highly, highly magnetic. And I surrender to the knowing and give her permission to begin to magnetize out of me all impurities, all energies, all entities, everything that does not serve my highest good. I allow it to just release out of my body as my heart assists this process, down my grounding cord and into the core of Gaia to be neutralized and cleansed and cleared. Then I bring my awareness back up into my heart and I scan my field. Use your imagination. Imagine, picture, feel, sense, see your aura. Are there any cuts, tears, plugs, you name it? Scan around and look. And just like you would with your imagination, start there. You can seal them up. You can purge that negative black goo that we did a video on last week. You can pull out any weapons, you name it. Clear and seal your field. Play with this. Use your imagination. Okay, so that's a very powerful one that can be done every day and constantly throughout the day. I also constantly am using tools like essential oils. I always have my crystals with me, on my body, and around me. I love my crystal beings. So these are a fabulous tool that we can use and play with. They call to you, you can program them. There's all sorts of wonderful things that crystals assist with, okay? They're really, really powerful. And you want to get the different ones, like for example, you can get obsidian, black tourmaline. Usually the dark black crystals are really superb for cleansing and clearing out negative energetics, psychic attack, entities, and EMFs. So this one is trollite. This is a rare crystal that assists me with magnetizing and manifesting abundantly. They all have, there's millions of different types of crystals and different properties. Also, essential oils are fantastic. Some of my favorite essential oils and burning the sap is frankincense and myrrh are very, very powerful. You know, another go-to for a lot of people is lavender, but play with this. Essential oils can cleanse and clear and scrub your energetic body and shift the energy of the space that you're in and your aura. Frankincense and myrrh is also really, really good for clearing and cleansing your crystals. Another way is get some sunlight, okay? Go be happy. Exercise, drink lots of water, eat healthy food. All of this is a part of energetic hygiene, right? Now, forgiveness is a huge practice that is a requirement of our energetic hygiene. Forgiveness assists us to forgive ourselves, others, and release everything and anything that we've been holding on to. Stagnant energy builds up. Forgiveness assists you to slough it off. Forgiveness practice daily is very, very important, and especially to self. This might seem a little confusing for some because they're like, what do I have to forgive myself? Well, I forgive myself every day for putting myself through the experience of the suppression matrix, or for being subconscious or ignorant to certain truths, or for having different experiences where maybe I haven't cared for my body, or when I hurt myself, if I get an injury, I take time and I talk to my body. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I love you, and I acknowledge the consciousness of that part of me as being affected. And then, of course, we can forgive others for all sorts of things. This is a great, important practice. Take responsibility for your life and your experiences. In order to be sovereign and free and healthy and vital and strong, we must take command and responsibility for our reality. This is a continual practice that is very, very important. Depending on our level and our ability to take responsibility is reflective of how free and sovereign and in command of thyself that we are, okay? So other tools that I like to use all day, every day, is I use Palo Santo and I use sage. And again, there's many, many different versions of these types of tools you can use. This is white sage. This is one I use. White sage is really, really good for the etheric especially, but it might not be as thorough for everybody in getting all the bodies. And when I say all the bodies, I talk about emotional, mental, sexual, energetic, physical. Palo Santo, this one's burnt, but I don't know if you can see, it's wood. Palo Santo, it smells fabulous. This one is really good to also cleanse out your energetic field, also the physical body, the aura. Frankincense and myrrh, again, are very thorough in this, and there's all different types of tools that we can use that you can burn or place on the body. Flower essences are fabulous, and they really, really work. And the more you're grateful to them and know that they work, the more they work, okay? So another very, very important tool to use is the power of your word. The spoken word is an activated tonal frequency that is so, so powerful. Our language is deeply encoded with constant affirmations, commands, revocations that we activate and use daily unknowingly. So start to use this in a conscious way. Find or create some revocations that work for you. I will leave some down in the comments. And this would be revoking any agreements and contracts or affiliations or attachments with energies, entities, you name it. There's all sorts of ways, and again, this can be very vast, though the point is to revoke and release any ties or energies or bindings or bondage or bonding with any beings, people, entities, you name it, that you don't want in your field, that are mucking you up throughout all of your bodies, within your soul, your human experience, you name it. Another thing to do is very important is commands and affirmations. And now this would be invoking what you do want and what you know is so. For example, commanding your sovereignty, commanding your authority, commanding that you are going to have a fabulous day in the now moment as present tense. Many of us have worked with affirmations for a very long time. I am so grateful now that I am prosperous, vital, and healthy. There's a million ways in which we can use affirmations, and they really help to reprogram our subconscious mind and set our energy and our thought process into a forward motion of a high vibration. So affirmations, commands, and revocations are a daily. They're fabulous to do when you wake up, during your day, and before you go to bed. I made a video on 3 very short commands that you can use and revocations for the day, before you go to sleep, and after you wake up. So I'll put a link to that below as well. And another very, very important daily energetic hygiene maintenance that all of us need to implement is EMF blocking, okay? There are so many different types of electromagnetic frequencies. Our phones, our laptops are constantly radiating out energetics that work to suppress or static, muddle, interfere, and manipulate our natural dielectric magnetic fields. It's all around us. It's in the Wi-Fi, it's in the 5G, it's coming off of all electronics, you name it. It's just the world we live in. So we work to command and cleanse out that energy. One way to do this, again, is run and command the gold, the rose gold frequency in your knowing as protecting your energy body. Another way to do this is using very powerful EMF blocking crystals. You can get what's called a Faraday cage and put it over your Wi-Fi router. I also like to use EMF blocking materials that are very affordable. You can get them on Amazon. There's clothing that you can purchase. There's all sorts of things. I highly, highly suggest when you don't need to use your phone, put it on airplane mode or turn it off. When you don't need to use your computer, shut it down. If you're not needing your router all night long, unplug it. Usually at nighttime is the only opportunity that we have to get away from Wi-Fi. And we might not even fully get away with it if we unplug ours, because we might be living close enough in the vicinity of other routers. But at least it helps you to your body to have a homeostasis back to its natural energetics. These are very, very important, easy enough ways to implement energetic hygiene. If you would like more specifics or a thorough energetic hygiene scrubbing, cleansing, clearing, and protection, please reach out. You can purchase a session on my website, World Peace Projects. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps me. Subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.